Fortnite's lore is very long, and a lot of newer players can't keep up. So in today's video, I'm going to explain all of Fortnite's lore. Fortnite's lore begins with a big bang from the 0 point, which is a bridge to multiple different realities. The 0 point created an island and the storm to protect itself from threats like the last reality. The 0 point also defends itself by trapping people who enter the island in a loop. When someone enters the loop, they forget their memories, and even after they escape the loop, they don't remember anything about their past life until they go back to their origin reality. Genos saw the opportunity to use the 0 point to create his perfect world and formed the Imagined Order. The Imagined Order would kidnap people from different realities and bring them to Reality Zero, which is where the 0 point was located. One day, the Imagined Order kidnapped the wrong person who was able to escape the loop by winning a game. That person then learned about the Imagined Order and formed the 7. That person was the Foundation. The lore actually begins with the 7, where they created suits to help protect them against the loop. To test this, they sent the Visitor to the island. The Visitor arrived through a meteorite, and immediately the Imagined Order showed up and built a base around the crater. When the Visitor broke free from the meteorite, he realized he needed a way back to the 7, so he went to the villain lair, which was being used as a movie set. At the villain lair, there was a rocket which he could use to get out of Reality Zero. The rocket rifted around the island and eventually left completely, creating a huge rift in the sky, but this was no ordinary rift. It was a sideways rift, which makes it easy for threats to enter Reality Zero. The huge rift started rifting things between realities, and the last reality took advantage over this and spawned the cube. While things were being rifted around, drift from our reality gets rifted into Fortnite. And guess what is the first thing he does? He pulled a girl. Like, the first thing bro did was pull a girl. And for anyone who's wondering, that girl is Bright Bomber. Drift and Bright Bomber explore the island together, and Bright Bomber gives Drift a mask belonging to the ancient group known as the Fox Clan, which will become important later. As for the cube, it starts rolling around the island, trying to find the 0 point located at Loot Lake. And when it does, it starts to melt into the lake, attempting to destroy the 0 point. After that fails, the island in the middle rises with the cube underneath it. The cube destroys the island. After, the last reality makes the cube explode as a last resort to destroy the 0 point, which fails. Soon after this, a cosmic storm hits the ice moon, which is above the island. The storm causes a fragment to break off and hit the island. On this moon, there was a castle which had the Ice King in it. The Ice King collected things that posed as a threat to the Omniverse, and his old ally, which turned into an enemy, the Prisoner, was frozen, but he escaped and created a volcano on the island. The Ice King and Prisoner battled, and it ended with the Prisoner being frozen again. While battling, though, the Prisoner hit Ice King's castle, causing the Devourer to break free. The Devourer was going to destroy the 0 point, and the Imagined Order was just going to reset reality. But Paradigm from the 7 made a deal with them. The Singularity, who was working with the Imagined Order, built the mech, and the Paradigm controlled it. During the fight, the Paradigm broke into the vault and grabbed the 0 point, absorbing its energy. The Paradigm used a sword from Neo Tilted and killed the Devourer. Paradigm left, landing on the Ice Moon. The 0 point was left unstable, and it literally froze time. This made it so it was only up to the 7 to restabilize it. The scientists arrived to the island and started creating rift beacons for the 7 to restabilize the 0 point. The 7 used their rockets, and their plan was set into motion. During the event, the rift beacons allowed for the Seven to enter Reality Zero and start flying around the island, and caused the meteor to fall and unfreeze time. After they used the meteor to hit the 0 point, it caused a black hole which reshaped the island but did not end all reality. This led us to Chapter 2. Chapter 2 begins with two factions, Ego and Alter. Both factions rival each other, and Alter appears to be made up of snapshots of Ego. A snapshot is a copy of someone who has escaped the loop and shares the same memories as them. Both Ego and Alter were created by Midas. Soon after, Midas transformed both factions into Ghost and Shadow. Midas made both teams to go to war, and he was sort of a double agent, and this was to distract the Imagined Order from his true plans. Midas wanted to break the loop, so he used 0 point energy to power the device, which he hoped would break the loop.
No, everything is not stable over here. We are actually... Janice, dial the resonance actuator to 7.2. Now, please, yes, right now.
I'm on it.
Wait, hold on. It's not just a storm. What does that mean? Must be connected to the loop. But there's no way we could have predicted that it would react this way. At this... And that worked? How long do you think it'll hold? Good. Everything is, starting to stabilize here. Nothing seems to be... What the... How are you even... Wait. Can you hear me? Hear me?
Midas was unsuccessful in breaking the loop, and the Imagined Order was able to stop it by transforming the storm into a wall of water. Eventually, that wall of water crashed onto the island, causing a flood. Midas was then eaten by a shark and sent to the underworld from Greek mythology, but I'll talk more about that later. Slowly, the water levels went down, and everything was good until Galactus saw Reality Zero and the amount of power it had. Thor went to warn the people of the island, but he was starting to forget his memories, and then he brought heroes from Marvel to stop Galactus. Iron Man rifted Stark Industries to the island where he could have all the resources he needed to stop Galactus. Iron Man made battle buses with bombs on them where Galactus would eat them and get rifted someplace else. Soon, Galactus arrived and Iron Man put his plan into motion.
Energy readings are going berserk. By my calculations, if Galactus keeps absorbing the 0 point at that rate, we'll all be looking at a full reality collapse in... Doesn't matter. You know, the point is, we gotta move. You can drive a battle bus, right? Beginning transport? Now. And away we go! Taking the bait. Let's get you out of there. If this works, it's return to sender for all of us. And if it doesn't work, well, we had some laughs, right? Either way, you did good.
Is not possible.
You did it! Thank you, bus driver.
They did it. We're still here.
Yeah, but the 0 point is exposed. You have to go in.
Oh, come on. Last thing we need is another snapshot of me inside the loop.
No. The last thing we need is someone escaping the loop. You need to get in there and fix it.
Understood, ma'am. I'm on it.
And do not draw the attention of the 7. Jones, are you there?
I just need to stabilize the 0 point and reseal the bridge, but not let anyone escape. Easy, right? Okay. Locate the best hunters across all realities.
Signatures triangulated and defined. Execute.
This better work.
Once again, the 0 point was left unstable, and Dr. Salone sent Agent Jones to restabilize it. But remember when I talked about Drift and how Bright Bomber gave him a Fox Clan mask? Well, Drift met someone part of the Fox Clan in Chapter 2, and that ended up being V. And she warned Drift about dangers he could face while wearing that mask. And Drift decided to actually join the Fox Clan. But anyways, let's get back to Jones restabilizing the 0 point. Jones brought people from different realities to restabilize it, but it wasn't enough. And it was about to implode, and the Imagined Order was just gonna let it happen. That's when Jones betrayed the Imagined Order and broke his oath. Jones contacted the 7, and the Foundation showed up. Jones and the Foundation tried to restabilize the 0 point and even close reality portals, but it wasn't enough. And the only way to restabilize it was to trap the Foundation in the 0 point, and Jones trapped in the loop.
We won't get another chance. You need to seal off the 0 point and overload the device.
Overload the device? I'll be trapped in the loop!
We'll both have to find our way back. No matter what happens, do not give up. I will find you, and you will tell me everything.
You have my word! Here we go!
The Spire was created, and right after this, a rift opens in Gotham City. And Batman is kicked into the rift by someone. Batman arrives to Reality Zero and starts to forget his memories, and then he realizes he can't talk. As Batman is trapped in the loop, he starts fighting with other loopers, and while doing this, he sees Catwoman, and the both of them feel like they know each other, but they can't remember, and they start fighting side by side until they are the final 2 left. Batman wakes back up into the loop, but this time he sees writing on his armor, and he knows how the loop works almost immediately. Batman sees coordinates and goes to them, where he sees a shed which are his base's operations they made over several loops. Batman sees writing which says the cat is a friend, and Batman finds Catwoman. And once again, it's down to the both of them, but this time, Batman gives Catwoman a batarang, saying the bat is a friend. Batman and Catwoman find each other in the next loops and start exploring and doing experiments. This results in them finding out that feelings can carry over between loops. Also, one of these experiments was what would happen if one person survived in the final zone. So Batman walks into the storm, causing Catwoman to win the game and escape the loop. On the next loops, Batman creates a weapon to help him, and he is determined to win. But someone doesn't want Batman winning too early, and they bring in Snake Eyes to the island to stop Batman from escaping the loop too quickly. Batman and Snake Eyes battle out, and while fighting, the both of them gain respect for each other after many loops. And while fighting at the edge of a cliff, Snake Eyes loses his footing and almost falls, but Batman catches him and saves him. The both of them realize they can communicate through sign language, and Snake Eyes goes into the storm where he gives Batman the win. When Batman wakes up, he sees Deathstroke holding Catwoman hostage. Batman tells him to let her go, And then Batman and Catwoman start fighting Deathstroke. And that's when he says the fighting isn't necessary and he's not their enemy. Batman and Catwoman don't believe him, but to prove it, Deathstroke surrenders. After that, they encounter 6 other escaped loopers, with there being Eternal Voyager, Fishstick, Bandolette, Bonehead, Magnus, and Renegade Raider. Renegade Raider has been out of the loop the longest and is the leader of this group. Renegade Raider explains to Batman that they have tried multiple ways to escape, but there is no way. Renegade Raider shows everyone a stone with a drawing on it, which she thinks might be a clue onto the way out. Batman suggests they should split up and find more artifacts. When they regroup, they found nothing until they saw a hatch. Magnus says they can't break through it, but Batman uses 0 point energy to send signals to open the hatch. Batman sends Fishstick to search underwater for traps, while the rest of the crew go into the hatch. When they enter, they see a weapon room, and the team splits up. Batman hears something under the ripple, and he finds Fishstick dying. Then Fishstick gives Batman a device which allows someone to stay out of the loop. And he says, "Someone is lying. They didn't escape the loop. They were never in it. One of them is working for." And then he dies. But he's implying that someone is working for the Imagined Order. The rest of the group is being attacked by Imagined Order guards, and it seems like they're gonna lose. But Batman and Catwoman catches up with the group and stops the IO guards. After, Batman tells the group that Fishstick is dead. And while exploring, they enter the bridge where the 0 point is. An Eternal Voyager gets excited and jumps into the 0 point, but it is then ripped apart and his body is sent to many different realities. Batman discovers the 0 point is constantly changing realities and can be used as a doorway to any reality. The group move panels and find Renegade Raider's home reality, and she jumps into it. This time, it's a success, and Renegade Raider made it home. Batman then confronts Deathstroke, saying that he's the one that killed Fishstick, and says that they know each other from their home reality. A huge battle begins, and the group chooses whose side they're on. But then they call a truce since they realize they need each other to get home. Deathstroke gets tied up, and Bandolette, Bonehead, and Magnus go home. But then they realize one person won't be going home, since someone needs to hold the panel. That's when Deathstroke breaks free and says that he doesn't need them to get home, and he uses the Rift Portal device to set the 0 point to their reality. As he jumps into it, he leaves the Rift Portal device behind and closing the way home. Batman then remembers he saw Harley Quinn from the loop and says that she must be from their home reality, and she can help them get home. Batman and Catwoman go back onto the island where they find Harley Quinn. Batman and Catwoman fight Harley Quinn and says, "If only we could make her understand we want to take her home." Then Harley Quinn replies with, "Or maybe you numbskulls could figure out I don't want to go." After, they knock out Harley Quinn. And just as they're about to use the Rift Portal device, they see their snapshots, which were created after leaving the loop. Batman and Catwoman fight their snapshots, and it ends up with Batman throwing a flashbang while Batman, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn go through the Rift Portal. They then put the 0 point to their reality, but Catwoman says that maybe they should stay and be happy here together. Catwoman pushes Batman to stay here because she's scared of what their true past was. But Batman determines the right thing was to go back. When they go back, Batman and Catwoman get their memories, and Catwoman says that they should have stayed. But back to the main lore, Raz starts saying the Spire is calling to him in dreams, and Raz starts looking for Spiral Crystal, but it ends up leading him to a fragment of the cube. Raz is then corrupted by the fragment, which gains the attention of the last reality. UFOs start appearing over the island, and the mothership destroys the Spire, rifting the foundation to Gotham. The Imagined Order and the last reality start battling, and Dr. Sloan comes up with the idea to blow up the mothership. Dr. Sloan reveals to the last reality that their base of operations is at Corny Complex, but little do they know, Sloan planted bombs underneath the ground. The last reality takes the bait, and the mothership abducts the POI.
Okay, here we go.
I'll get things ready on my end. You keep those backpacks near the bombs. Okay, I'm gonna start the arming sequence. Wait, what's happening? The signal was cut off. I'll figure this out. Just stay alive. This is impossible. We thought it was gone for good. Last time it nearly destroyed the island. I need to weaponize your packs. Brace yourselves! You played your part. Now I have to play mine. We are fighting a war in which we are hopelessly outgunned. I won't bring you home. Not if there is a chance that thing can make it back to the island.
Sloane's plan backfires, and the cubes are left all over the island, and the Imaginor tries their best to fight them back. The Foundation wakes up, and he enters Gotham City. As he's flying out the water, Batman sees him. Batman asks who he is and where he's from. The Foundation replies with he doesn't have time for him and his city. The Foundation and Batman begin to fight. Batman claims that the Foundation is part of the people who kidnapped him and brought him to the island. Batman explains that he needs to get those people off the island, and the Foundation says, you know about the 0 point? And they both realize that they are allies and need to work together. The Foundation explains who the Imagined Order are and how the Omniverse started. The Foundation then explains to get back to the island they need to use a sideways rift. After, the Foundation and Batman fight Chemo, and Foundation grabs him, which launches him up all the way into space. And when he returns, he fights Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor backs away from the fight after getting his helmet cracked by the Foundation. Both Batman and the Foundation make their way to the rift that's opened in Gotham. As they get closer, Batman shifts into the Batman Who Laughs, and it turns out that wasn't even the real Batman, and the real Batman's comms were actually jammed. Both Batman Who Laughs and the Foundation end up back on the island. The two of them fight, and the Foundation's visor gets cracked by the Batman Who Laughs. Luckily, the loop resets and his self-repair features worked. Now the Foundation is back on the island, and he realizes what has happened. The last reality have taken over the island, and the IO have failed to stop them. Now the Foundation needs to find Jones and save the island.
Would someone see what that is? Impossible. I watched you die.
I got over it.
You!
You came back for me.
You promised me Jeno.
Well, love you too, buddy.
How is this not helping?
Main console, gyro system, disable it.
On it! How do I do that?
Figure it out.
Figure it out, he said. Oh, got it.
Whoa, whoa!
It's done. Initiate phase 2.
Looper spotted. That is our way in. Hold them off. All right, everyone, fall back. Area secured. See you on the other side.
Warning. Rotation at 45 degrees.
That's the last one! We did it!
Where's my gun?
Okay, I may have dropped it in the 0 point.
Why does she make me keep saving you? Good, you made it. And you brought the loopers.
The surface is lost, but we should be safe here.
Warning. Rotation at 60 degrees.
You call this safe?
It'll hold. It's rated for 1,000 times atmospheric pressure.
Well, what about that?
Get ready to swim.
Now in Chapter 3, the 7 are finally safe, and they have multiple bases around the island. The Foundation has a speech at the beginning of the chapter.
I suppose I owe you an explanation. We've all been through a lot the last few years, and there's much more you don't even remember. You've all fought the good fight. But until we set the 0 point free, we'll be facing threats like the last reality, and worse. There will be no escaping it. That's why I need your help to destroy the imagined order. As long as they're exploiting the 0 point, everything is in danger. With your help, we can free ourselves from this place and leave the loop for good. We can all go home.
The scientist is trying to reunite the 7 after many disagreements. After some time, we find out the IO are actually drilling through the island to get to the other side. All of a sudden, the IO attack and both the 7 and the IO are on full-out war. At the beginning of Chapter 3, Season 2, the IO claimed around 80% of the island, and they disabled building. The loopers with the 7 work together to re-enable it. After that, most of the 7 are on the island. Slowly, the 7 starts to claim back more and more of the island. This season we are introduced to the Sisters, the Imagined, and the Order. Their father is Jeno, the leader of the Imagined Order. and they don't even remember anything about their past, but they believe in what the Seven's doing is right. We also learn that the Seven is split about if they should bring back Paradigm. Paradigm was kicked out of the Seven for using the 0 point and destabilizing reality during the Mech vs. Monster event. Jones, Spider-Man, the Order, and the Foundation infiltrate the bridge. While this is happening, the IO kidnaps the Origin to learn more about the cube, since originally he worked with the last reality. During the infiltration of the bridge, we encounter Salone and Gunner. After some fighting, Jones, Spider-Man, the Order, and the Foundation use the 0 point to travel to the Marvel Universe. Jones, the Order, and Foundation talk to the heroes of the Marvel Universe and get them to agree to help the Seven in the war. After some time, the Seven claim most of the island and go to the Ice Moon to rebuild the mech. They end up finding Paradigm alive. With the help of Paradigm, they rebuild the mech.
Attention crew. The Seven have intercepted communications from Geno intended for Dr. Sloan. We believe the Imagined Order's weapon system will reach critical mass sooner than expected. If we don't stop it now, all life on the island will be destroyed. Leading the mission will be the finest mech captain in all reality. She'll be behind the controls. You and your team will be on weapons. The bridge is yours, Paradigm.
Weapons team, listen up. Today, we're gonna put an end to the Imagined Order. For good. Our target is their weapon system, the Collider. Ground team, status.
Ground team, standing by. We'll have those shields down by the time you reach the island. After all, they do call me the Legend.
Copy that. Stand by to engage launch sequence.
Your feet, let's go. I don't think Sloane's too happy we're here.
I see you, Jones.
And she has a tank, so we gotta go. Stay down and follow me.
The 0 point touches the crystals at the top of the collider. Everything ends.
The 0 point shifting realities. Keep your distance. Unless you want to go wherever that is.
Finally get a chance to finish what I started.
Yes! Coming back online.
Copy that. Jones, buy us some time.
Wait. Hold your fire. Sloan, you don't have to do this.
Always so dramatic. Any last words, Jones?
Look out.
I thought you could use a hand.
Welcome back, Paradigm.
Who is that?
The 0 point is focused on Geno. This is our best chance to find him.
Let's go!
Now, during this event, we don't see it, but the sisters fight Geno. Both the Imagined and Geno fall into the 0 point. When the Foundation and Jones go through the 0 point, they find Geno and the Imagined dying. After this, we enter Chapter 3, Season 3. The island is free from the IO and is in celebration. The scientists worked with the Looper to understand the reality tree that the 0 point created. During this time, the scientists created Amy, which is his artificial intelligence helper. The scientists noticed something around this time. Each time he found the relic from the 0 point, it would send out a shockwave. The scientist believes the shockwave is trying to warn us about something, but he doesn't know what it is yet. Later on, the Foundation goes missing, and we use Amy to try to find where he is, and his helmet is left behind. Then we try to find the Visitor, but he's also gone. Helmet left behind too. Then we lose the Order. Her wings are left behind. The Paradigm starts to get more worried, and she enables high security protocols. Now all the 7 members, besides the Paradigm, are missing, and we use Amy to use old comm relays to find them. And then we find out the scientists, the Origin, and the Visitor are researching Chrome on the island. Now only the Foundation and the Order are missing. The 0 point shockwaves are distress signals. Now what's left of the 7 researches the Chrome and gets taken over by it. When Paradigm left, we heard nothing from the Seven for weeks, until the Paradigm used reality tree branches to communicate with us. Jones and Amy worked together to save the island. After a few more weeks, Paradigm tells us everything is going to end. Our final message with Paradigm says that she couldn't have done this without us. And then the fracture event happens, where at the end of the event, the Paradigm brings a whole chunk of land from a different reality to Reality Zero to form the Chapter 4 map. In Chapter 4, we see a snapshot of Geno called the Ageless. He is a younger version of Geno and the leader of the Oathbound, which is an early version of the Imagined Order. It's not yet confirmed, and it will most likely never be, but all signs point to Geno being the Shapeless Man, who is described by the Rift Warden.
Hail and well met. I'm Stellan, the Rift Warden to the Oathbound. My task, set by the Ageless Champion, is to create a stable rift gate, a bridge to new realities. Thank you. I will choose to trust you with a secret I have never told. There is a being, a shapeless man. He watches us with dark purpose. If we do not finish the rift gate, the consequences will be terrible. I came to the Earthbound at the order of the Shapeless Man. He yearns for a rift gate, and if we fail, he may destroy us. The energy is extremely unstable, but the Shapeless Man is impatient. We must stabilize this energy long enough to power the rift gate. My dreams are filled with the cold wind and the Shapeless Man's dark whispers. Gather the metal you need and use the Oathbound Forge to refine it. You have done it. This alloy will channel the power derived from the kinetic ore. If the rift gate fails, I fear my nightmares will devour my waking life. The champion has set our coordinates. Soon, we will attempt to open the gate. Untested, this rift gate could tear a permanent hole in reality. I long to tell the champion the truth of the Shapeless Man. Each night, I dream of stars, swallowed in darkness, and the Shapeless Man waiting. I did not dream of him for centuries. Your refined kinetic ore returned him to me. I do not wish for us to succeed. But we will all suffer if we fail. I cannot sleep. The Shapeless Man's gaze burns into me. He does not care if opening the gate rends the island in two. Turn on the rift gate. If it is unstable, the stars will determine our fate. When I was young, the Shapeless Man came to me in dreams, took me in as his own. Thank you, my friend. This may be our only hope. This text prophesies a beautiful monster enabled by the hubris of a champion. They say nothing of what comes next, unless that silence itself is the prophecy. The rift is growing. I sleep without dreams. The Shapeless Man thinks he has won. He always said he imagined a world of perfect order. There is no room in a world like that for the likes of us.
Geno is trying to get to Chapter 4's reality, since there's a snapshot of him there, which is the Ageless. This will allow him to be fully rebuilt. So Geno becomes the Shapeless Man to scare Rift Warden Stellar into building the Rift Gate. Rift Warden Stellar describes Geno as a Shapeless Man, since Geno has almost no body because he hasn't fully been rebuilt. Geno most likely would want access to Chapter 4's reality for his snapshot and control over the Oathbound so he could take back what he once had, the Imagined Order. The Riftgate ends up being unstable and brings in the Mega Biome. It turns out that Evie, who was part of the Peace Syndicate, wanted her hometown mega city on the island, so she asked Jules, and she changed the Riftgate's coordinates. Ancient clans were a big thing in Mega City's history. There was the River Guard, the Luminaries, and the Fox Clan. Drift returns to train Fox Clan recruits, like Stray. Mizuki is the Empress of the River Guard, which is a faction that rivals the Fox Clan. I'll explain how this rivalry came to be later in the video. Eevee and her boss, Thunder, think that someone might be causing all the syndicates in Mega City to be at war by sabotaging each syndicate and creating false accusations. Eevee asks for the Loopers' help to gain each clan's trust in hopes to uniting them. Thunder's sushi restaurant serves as a place where the River Guard and the Fox Clan can talk peacefully, in which both clans agree to a truce. Files from the Peace Syndicate servers were hacked and deleted. These files related to the last reality. A new syndicate is revealed, which is the one that's been doing these sabotages. The Unseen. It's led by Highwire and Renzo. The Unseen partnered with Triarch Nox, but Nox was gonna have the last reality take over Mega City, and the Unseen did not want this because all they cared about was power. So in the end, all of the syndicates were finally at peace and agreement, choosing to protect their world from the last reality together, and Highwire cuts all contacts with Triarch Nox. All of a sudden, earthquakes started happening in the middle of the island, and a sinkhole is revealed, which reveals lost civilizations. The Ancients were a society of innovators who all vanished, leaving their work behind, with a hidden warning. Trace studies these remnants of the Ancients, and he discovers prisms made of kinetic ore. He discovers a mural with a warning left behind by Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime tells us that our island is doomed, and that he's made contact with someone from our past to save us. Dr. Salone returns, and she was able to survive her tank being crushed by the mech thanks to Relic, who used the Ancients' technology to cure her injuries. Dr. Salone then discovers the apparatus, which is a telescope left behind by the Ancients. Optimus Prime tells us that our future lies among the stars, and is a secret kept by the Ancients that vanished. Dr. Salone uses a refined kinetic ore to power the apparatus. The apparatus acts like a projector in the sky. While waiting for a sign, Salone studies the murals by the Ancients. The ancient secret was about an evil eclipse. Kato Thorn arrives to the island, and Salone forms a team to start heists at Kato Thorn's base of operations. Salone's team consists of Nolan Chance, Antonia, Piper Pace, May, and Fishstick. The team learns how Kato Thorn's time machine works through a few heists. Kato Thorn then shows his true Revenant form, and the team distracts Kato Thorn and disrupts his empire, letting him take his time machine. Kato Thorn, being weak without his time machine, is killed by Shimmer Dusk, his longest rival and a professional hunter. After, Jones arrives to the island, and he is sent back into time by Dr. Salone. He is sent for a time heist where he goes to split the 0 point and reset the Omniverse. Jones straps the time machine to the 7th rocket, and the Omniverse is reset, leaving Zero Shards across different realities. In Chapter 5, we follow Jones, the High Society, and the Underground. Jones teams up with the Underground where he meets Hope. The Underground fights with the High Society, and eventually the Underground wins. Valeria, who's the leader of the High Society and Hope's sister, becomes fascinated with the 0 point and Pandora's box. She opens it and Greek gods come out. Midas, who has been imprisoned by Hades in the underworld, breaks free and leaves the island with his crew to find some place that fits with his needs better. Hope, during this time, starts getting visions into the future. Then, Hope and Jones fight the Greek gods until Zeus strikes Pandora's box, creating a sandstorm to hit the island. The sandstorm brings Megalodon, who most people theorize to be Gunner from the Imagined Order because of the similar body shape. Megalodon is the leader of the desert, and he has been harvesting this substance called nitro, which is unstable. But Megalodon does have someone in control of him, which is the Wanderer. After some time, the Wanderer kills Megalodon, showing his true identity as Dr. Doom. Hope, Jones, and heroes from Marvel fight Dr. Doom and win. After this, Hope and Jones are on the search for more Zero Shards to protect, and they go to Chapter 6. In Chapter 6, Jones and Hope meet Dago, Jade, and Kendo, who are siblings. In Chapter 6, we learned that power has been forbidden on the island until the Zero Shard crashed and caused the Spirit Realm to open. To enter the Spirit Realm, you must be a demon, a spirit, or have an only mask that gives you dark magic. Magic was forbidden on the island because of a war many years ago called the Shattering War. Basically, the war was about the Fox Clan and River Guard trying to stop the demon warriors who appeared on Onioshima. The war ended with magic being forbidden and the River Guard blaming the Fox Clan for using that Mask of Power, and this was the start of their rivalry. Dago becomes obsessed with this dark magic and gives Jade an Oni mask. Jade gets trapped in the Spirit Realm and Dago goes to save her. Then Dago saves her and he faces Shogun X, resulting in the portal becoming gold. This brings Fletcher Kane, a guy who's extremely rich and taxing the island. Dago, when coming in contact with the Spirit Realm, says that something is telling him to go back into it. Dago makes a deal with Kane that Dago would give Kane a lot of gold if he built the portal to the Spirit Realm. Kane agreed, and Dago jumped into the portal. Dago was possessed by the Dark Presence, and he came back to Chapter 6's Island Evil. Hope and Jones met up with Midas, and together they built the Supernova Academy, where they trained people with powers. The Supernovas, after training, fight Dago, but it's too late. He has summoned the Dark Presence, and the Supernovas tried to stop him, but they couldn't. And that's when Superman came in and saved the day. But he left a tentacle, which caused bugs to start growing out of it. Bugs were all over the map, and a new faction called OXR was there to stop them. Hope and Jones realized that a portal has opened to the Dark Presence, and they try to stop them, but Kang and Kodos from The Simpsons abducted them, and when trying to take the Zero Shard from the Dark Presence, they entered a wormhole, and only a small piece from the shard broke off. Hope and Jones end up on Springfield Island. Homer gets a piece of the Zero Shard and starts changing the island. Hope and Jones eventually get it back, and they go to the island to fight the Dark Presence. The fight ends with Jones spawning the red cube, and the mech kicking into the Dark Presence, which I'll talk more about later. When the Dark Presence is defeated, the Chapter 6 island gets restored. Hope and Jones continue their searches for more Zero Shards, bringing us to Chapter 7. In Chapter 7, we see a Zero Shard stationed at Innerloop Labs. The Loopers are at peace, until suddenly, Dark Voyager's ship came out of nowhere and took over the Zero Shard, creating lethal labs. After this, Hope lost her visions, and she couldn't see into the future anymore. Jones begins connecting the dots from the Dark Voyager and what happened in his past from Reality Zero. Jones sends out a distress call, and the order from the Seven arrives. The order crashes just outside of Classified Canyon using a meteorite. When the order first arrives, she investigates the 0 point. While doing this, she reflects on the Seven and what happened. Because of this, she starts gathering parts to contact allies to fight the Dark Voyager. The Order infiltrates Lethal Labs to figure out more and says that the Dark Voyager's ship, the Dark Harvester, is connected to the last reality. She is captured and imprisoned by the Dark Voyager. The Looper saves her using a rift, and she is able to get out. The Dark Voyager then leaves with a golden rift, and then comes back with another Zero Shard. Hope, Jones, and Order knew they weren't ready to fight him just yet, and that they would have to build up their forces before fighting. The Order wanted to send out a distress call for the rest of the Seven, so she looked at old blueprints left behind by the scientists, and had the Looper build an antenna to contact the Seven. Soon after, a red rift appeared above the Golden Coast. After this, Hope informs the Looper that she has received a transmission from the Elite, which is a new team of skilled fighters including Dago, Jules, Lexa, Orin, and their leader Zadie. Hope says to them that they should come join the Seven and fight against the Dark Voyager. While this is happening, the Dark Voyager kidnaps Fishstick.
This is your last chance, Fish. Here.
The Dark Voyager arrives back to Chapter 7 and shoots an energy beam into the 0 point, causing rift portals to branch out and change POIs. Hope tells the Looper to investigate these changes near the POIs. And then, we enter Chapter 7, Season 2, Showdown.
We never saw it coming. The Dark Voyager's attack caught us off guard. He's reassembling the 0 point. And now, he's not alone.
The signal's coming from in there? Seriously?
No more Mr. Ice Guy.
Season 2 is split into different acts, with there being 4 acts. In Act 1 of Season 2, the Foundation returns. Frigid Fortress is the lair of the Ice King. The Ice King is now working with the Dark Voyager, and the Foundation, who has been missing, says while he was in a battle, he was frozen by the Ice King and put into his collection, which has the most powerful artifacts from across realities. After the new POIs arrive from the 0 point and the 0 shards, the Order receives a signal from Foundation suits, and she heats it up, allowing him to escape. In Act 2, we learn more about the Elites. Their home reality is Reality 337. The Dark Voyager has been scouting for 0 shard signatures, which allows Jules to get to the Golden Coast. In Reality 337, the Elite Stronghold has the final 7th 0 shard. The Dark Harvester comes to steal it, and the Elites shoot the ship and defend as much as possible, but it's not enough, and the Dark Harvester takes the shard. But something happened during this time. While the Dark Harvester was searching for 0 shards, he ended up in Save the World's reality, where Jess and Penny accidentally got to Chapter 7's island. Jess and Penny then helped the 7 against the Dark Voyager. Hope and Jones on Chapter 7 were able to link into the 7's old servers. Amy then confirms the fate of the 7.
The Imagined. Status: deceased.
It is important for all of us, including the 7, to remember what we're fighting for. The island, reality itself, and most importantly, you, the Loopers.
I'll remember it, sister. For both of us.
The Origin. Status: lost to the Chrome.
I won't watch another world end. We've got this secret inside. Another fallen general.
I don't want to do this without him. But we will. We have to.
The Scientist.
Status. Lost to the chrome.
Everything's my fault, so whatever happens to me, I deserve it. I'm sorry it ended like this.
I'm sorry I didn't find you in time. I'm going to make you proud. The visitor, Reality 0. Status. Lost to the chrome.
Do you think he suffered?
In our line of work, the best we can hope for is fast and painless.
And yet, dedication such as ours is always paid in agony.
The paradigm. Status. Sacrificed to Zero fusion. I've done everything I can. This is your fight now.
I'm sorry we ever doubted you. Your sacrifice meant everything.
Sometimes fate is inevitable.
Now, in Act 3, heroes from Overwatch end up in Chapter 7's reality and help the Seven fight against the Ice King and Dark Voyager. In Act 4, the epilogue, the Dark Voyager is going to attempt to restore the 0 point, while Foundation and Ice King settle their score. The Foundation, Jones, and the Visitor are preparing for the Dark Voyager's final strike. A rift appears over the final shard at Frigid Fortress, and the Dark Voyager is ready to take the shard.
Ice King! Hear me!
No, whoa, Foundation, what are you doing?
You. The strong man finally decides to show up.
It doesn't have to be like this. Give us the shard and end this now.
Fool. There is no stopping this.
Doors are opening.
Now witness the world remade!
Go time. Give the word.
You better hope that I never break free.
That's better.
The Foundation is finished. You've played your part well, Ice King. Consider our agreement complete.
They've reformed the 0 point.
Yes. The mission has failed.
Our enemies were one step ahead of us the whole time. How is this possible? Incoming! We got a problem here.
Actually, everything is going according to plan.
What is this? Geno? It's been you all along?
The Seven may still prove useful to me. I fear the same cannot be said for you, Agent Jones.
What are your orders, Master?
Chapter 7 Season 3's lore begins immediately after the events of Fortnite Shattered. During the event, the visitor shoots Jones, leaving him injured. Because of that, Jones is being recovered at Shaken Sanctuary. Meanwhile, Hope has started getting her visions back thanks to the Looper. These visions reveal that Geno is the key to uncovering the truth about Geno. Geno recruits Singularity, while Hope brings in Salone. Salone and Geno have worked together in the past, but it's much different now because instead of trying to control the 0 point, they're trying to save it. Throughout the season, the Loopers have been extracting sprites around the island and placing them back into the 0 point, trying to stabilize it. When Salone first sees a 0 point, she says whatever happened to it left it extremely unstable. So to solve this problem, Geno, Salone, and Singularity begin rebuilding the Collider, but this time the Collider is being used to save the island. Once construction begins, Salone tells Singularity to develop an AI capable of running simulations before activating the Collider. Geno immediately suggests using Amy, but Salone refuses and says that she doesn't trust her. Instead of building a new AI, Singularity and the Looper infiltrate Sinister Strip to steal the shape's code. Afterwards, the Looper continues helping Geno by reducing the number of sprites around the island so their 0 point energy can be used and extracted for the Collider. Once they run the test on the shape, it runs successfully and restabilizes and the 0 point is a success. And that's as far as the lore has gotten by the time I'm recording this. If anything does update, I will have a video explaining what's changed. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.